This is Dean Johnson from the TV show Hometime. In this short video, we'll show you useful tips for building a pergola. Tell me when you're ready, Judd. All right. Well, all of the concrete now is set up, and just like Judd predicted, everything is nice and solid. Down this way just a little bit, Judd. Oh, I keep bouncing it back and forth. So now we've moved on to putting on this is our third main beam. It's made up of a couple of 2x10s. You can see our little custom decorative cut here. We're screwing these to the 4x4s, and once these are all in place, of course, then we can start running our 2x8s along the top. Okay, and then on the top of each one of these beams, we're putting a 1x8. It's just a real nice way of finishing the whole thing off. Our 2x8s, and we'll sit on top of this. Okay. And of course, all of our timber here, the 4x4s or 2x10s, 2x8s, as well as this 1x8 are all treated. So especially this 1x8 is great because this is a real flat area up here. Some water will, kind of set up here and rest, so we don't have to worry about this stuff rotting with treated lumber.
Yeah, we think this cap piece will keep these boards from moving.
Yeah.
As well as I think aesthetically it makes it look more of a solid structure.
Okay, so we moved on to the 2x8s, and we're setting our length by extending these over 1.5 inches, so we get our design out here beyond our 2x10s, and then we go back and cut our length on these things. Once we get all the 2x8s on this side, then we can move over and put up the second set of 2x8s.
It'd be nice to have more bearing. We don't. We only have 12 footers, and the shape we put on the end leaves us where we're bearing on this about 1 3/4 inches here.
Putting up the 2x8s, there's a couple of different ways we could attach those. We could toe screw or toenail down into the beam. It's not a great way to make an attachment that wood can kind of break off on the 2x8s. It's much better to screw up from underneath, get into a big chunk of lumber. Not real easy on Lenny, but a much better result.
Because the screws are weather hidden, so everything is, you won't have water getting inside of it. The problem we had was that we just nailed the 2x8s just from the bottom, and actually we're getting a little tippy. We thought it'd be good to get a rim in there, get some good end screwing at the edges of those 2x8s. It'll make them a lot stronger, they won't bend as much, and plus it'll be a much more positive mechanical fastener on the inside beam. The second batch of 2x8s were a little bit different mechanical fastener. We actually screwed through the top at an angle, and then we side screwed 2 on one side, 1 on the other. The final piece we put on was a 2x4 that Judd ripped down at 2.5 inches. It served two purposes. One was to keep the 2x8s from twisting mid-span, and the most important is that it kind of finishes off the top and it adds a lot of sunscreen for the pergola itself.
So the structure's in pretty good shape now. Next, lawn furniture and plants. The preserved wood in this video is Wolmanized outdoor wood. We've often used it on our show. The Wolmanized brand has a long history of resisting termite damage and fungal decay. For more information, visit wolmanizedwood.com.